One thing I've learned from this trip is to never underestimate winter in South Korea. Because it gets cold. But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy visiting historic landmarks or exploring in the city. At the end of the day, South Korea still has plenty of amazing places and delicious foods, which I want to share with you. I'm Jay, and this is my life on film.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to day 3 of our Seoul trip. Today we're going to the Gyeongbokgung Palace. Later tonight we might go to Seongsu or Hongdae, whatever. Might do some shopping because it's Jew. It's not that cold today. I think should be able to manage today. Yesterday was freezing. Yeah, it's not that cold today, but yeah, this is the fit.
Alright, our first stop of the day is a Hanbok rental store, which will allow us to get free entrance into the Gyeongbokgung Palace. And the store I recommend is Daehan Hanbok, who are well known on social media for being affordable and foreigner friendly. Their staff are very approachable and they're always considerate of all their customers' needs. In the store they have a wide selection of hanbok for both men and women.
Unfortunately, Mr. Chan is not here. Sorry, Mom.
They also have a bunch of different services like hair and makeup or professional photography services. So if you want to come to Seoul and wear hanbok, then I highly recommend Daehan Hanbok. Now it's time for a short 3-minute walk to the palace. And like most people, I was definitely impressed by the architecture of each building, especially the colors. It sounds a bit cliche, but wearing traditional hanbok inside the palace made it feel like we were in a historical drama.
So guys,
But yeah, after exploring the palace for a bit, we got cold, so we decided to head back, and on the way in, we saw a very familiar face. Shout out to Mr. Chan for letting me take a picture with him. And by the way,
most importantly, you're on the second floor.
I even got the chance to tell him that my mom was a fan.
are they open?
But yeah, after that we went to this little soup restaurant that was nearby. We actually walked in while the staff were having their lunch break, but they let us eat anyway. And I've eaten here before the first time I went to Seoul, but I wanted to have it again because the soup was so good.
Perfect meal for a cold day. If you guys ever go to Gyeongbokgung Palace, come here after.
After our meal, we decided that it was time to do a little bit of shopping. And I wanted to go to this area that's really popular these days.
So.
Once we got there, I knew exactly where I wanted to go.
Simple minds. I guess we'll take it one by one, baby, one by one.
This is the Kodak Corner store in Seongsu. They sell apparel, and as someone who is very much into cameras, I decided that I needed to pick up something from this store, especially because most of their clothes are exclusive to South Korea.
Baby, I do. I miss you too many nights. I miss your colorful lights. I think I love you too much. I miss your blueberry eyes. Fine. I play the memories over. Just tell me.
I even got to leave a little souvenir.
Trying to keep it in soul.
It's tough though.
After this, we explored Seongsu a bit more and eventually
Carhartt.
we found Musinsa Standard. People say it's like Korea's Uniqlo, but I reckon it's more like Zara. They had a lot of nice outerwear here, especially puffer jackets, and some of their pieces were a little pricey, but for the quality, I'd say they're worth it. I picked up 2 puffers, which, spoiler alert, you'll be able to see later on in the video. Later that night, we went to Hongdae to do a bit more shopping before heading back home for the night.
Honestly, baby, I can't tell you why we can't be standing by each other's side. I wanna know my true feelings inside. Give me some time.
We also had dinner here at what would probably be the most memorable food spot in Seoul, Loteria. This location in Hongdae is an introvert's dream. You don't have to interact with any workers to enjoy a meal here, and their food was actually really good.
Simple minds. I guess we'll take it one by one, baby, one by one. Just different kinds. We'll try to take it one by one.
And that's the end of day 3. I'll see you in the morning. Today we have something very interesting planned. We're going to the DMZ. It's basically the border between South and North Korea, but the problem is, it's extremely cold today.
Yes, sir. So we got our strawberry milk here for breakfast. Cheers.
As you can see, everyone was bundled up in as many layers as they could because this was the coldest day during our stay. This was also another tour that we booked on Klook, so we were with other groups for the day. Throughout the tour, we got to learn a bit more about the history between South Korea and North Korea.
South Korea and North Korea, we made agreement on let's treat prisoner of war, the POW.
I think the craziest thing is that the DMZ is only about an hour away from Seoul. So geographically, it's really not that far away. But yeah, we pretty much got taken to a few different spots that signified the history between North Korea and South Korea. On this tour, we went to an observatory and we actually got to see North Korea. And then we also got to enter one of the infiltration tunnels that North Korea made. Unfortunately, for a large majority of this tour, I wasn't actually allowed to take any videos. But if you're interested in history, I encourage you to experience this tour for yourself. Once the tour ended, we were dropped off at Hongdae again, and I think it was about time that we had some Korean barbecue. So, we went to local Kwan 401 restaurant by Haha in Kim Jong-guk. Running Man was actually my introduction to Korean pop culture, so it was pretty cool to see all of the things related to it in the restaurant. The food was great as well, and I'd say the prices were pretty reasonable for Korean barbecue. And just like that, another day in Seoul had ended.
Yes, sir. Fit check.
Today's our last day in Seoul, and what better way to spend it than to go out and eat some local Korean food at Gwangjang Market. They had everything here, from meals to snacks to desserts. and they were all delicious. I think the only downside to Gwangjang Market was that some of the places were pretty expensive. If you're coming to Seoul, this is definitely something that you have to experience at least once. After our little food trip, we were headed towards Gangnam to see the famous Starfield Library. I've actually been here before, so I think next time I want to go see the new one that they built in Suwon. After walking around for a bit, I felt the urge to go and pick up a book from one of their shelves. But then I quickly remembered that I can't actually read nor understand the Korean alphabet, so I put it back at once before I noticed a person in need. Anyways, after hitting up Starfield, we went to Lotte Tower to get a good look at Seoul before we leave. A lot of the activities that we did on our trip were booked through Klook, so if you're planning to come here, I recommend that you book your tickets in advance because some of the activities can run out. And for one last time, we went back to Myeongdong to have one last taste of the street food and do some last-minute souvenir shopping. The past 5 days have been great, but unfortunately, our time in Seoul has come to an end. But the good news is, our trip is not over. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless you, and peace.
you go.
Yes, sir.
Nah, let's go.
Okay, we're good. I know.
Rip.